Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. I'm going to do a Rolling Stones album review today. I'm going to do their album from 1976, Black and Blue. So, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, give you some background to the album, what I think of the actual songs, and give you a score. I'll give you a score out of 10 today, and favourite tracks and not so favourite tracks, whatever. We'll just go through it all. So I'll start with some background to the album. Of course, released in 1976, 23rd of April 1976, Black and Blue, the Rolling Stones. 41 minutes in length. Produced by the Glimmer Twins, which are, of course, the alias of Jagger and Richards. They go under that pseudonym, the Glimmer Twins. Recorded in 3 studios, Munich, Rotterdam, and Montreux. So there you go. They got around the studios recording it. One single from the album, Only Fool to Cry. Top 10 in the Billboard singles charts in America, made number 10. So there you go. So it's a pretty big song. A lot of people saying, I agree, it's like a transitional album because you had with the band there already, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, Bill Wyman. So you had Mick Taylor leaving in December of 74 after the last album, It's Only Rock and Roll. They had Ronnie Wood was the new man coming into the band. So very much a transitional album. I consider it a very underrated album. Ronnie Wood, in fact, did not play in the whole album. He played on 3 tracks, and they had 2 other guitarists, Wayne Perkins and Harvey Mandel. So it's very much a transitional album. They had their regular keyboard players who came in, Billy Preston, Nicky Hopkins. So it's a very, they got the traditional Stones rock and roll with a bit of funk and reggae, which pretty well-rounded album. So yeah, there is some of the background of the album for you guys. Now we'll go through the songs. So 8 tracks. I must say I like most of this album. There's just a couple of things I'm not real big on, but we'll get to that. Opens with Hot Stuff. Funky, infectious, and catchy, I've written down on my notes, which it is. Very interesting vocal from Jagger, very funky, very loose sounding. Really, a song I've always enjoyed. It's got a great funk feel to it, and I love this one. It's a very infectious track, grabs you, and So I've heard differing opinions on this. I've heard a lot of people love it, and some people aren't big on it, but I always loved it. It's got a good funky feel to it. Really like it. Hand of Fate, a really great song. Great lyrics, great rocker. Just a standard Stonesy sort of rock song, but a really good vocal and an excellent song. So a great start to the album. Next is when they get into the reggae, Cherry-O Baby. That's a cover. Not real fussed about this. For me, it just doesn't stand up to the first 2 songs. I guess a little on the mediocre side. I guess some days when you hear it, it sounds all right to me, but other days it's sort of a bit of a, a filler track for me. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's Cherry-O Baby. Now, 10 side one, if you're talking about the vinyl, Memory Motel. Melancholy, and both Richards and Jagger do the vocals on this. This is one of my favourite Rolling Stones songs. I love the melancholy. I've always loved the piano parts, and it's got different vocalizations. You've got Keith and Mick singing. Very heartfelt sort of song. Quite long too. Fairly long track. And a really great song. And probably my favourite song on here. Well, it's close. It's one of my favourites in here. Really got a lot of time for Memory Motel. It's such a great song. So that's the end of the first part of the album. Now If you go talking vinyl, as I said, the track 5 is Hey Negrita. Very funky, but very rocky. Very rocking, funky track. One of my favorites. I think it works perfectly. I think there is a clip for this on YouTube. It's a great, they do the clip, they did a clip for this. Hot Stuff, I think Crazy Mama and Fool to Cry. I think 4 of the songs they did. I remember seeing clips for, yeah. But Hey Negrita's a great song. I like it. I like the guitar sound, not the funky guitar sound, and the song itself, which is a great, I really like it. Always like that one. Really good song. Melody is next with the, I guess, the Billy Preston and Mick Jagger, of course, does the vocal. Jazzy piano sort of piece. Goes on a bit long for me. Look, I don't mind it. It's not too bad. I don't mind it, but not one of my favourites on here, I must say, Melody. But it's like a jazzy piano piece. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Fool to Cry, great ballad, deservedly a big hit. Really heartfelt, great song, and a good closing song. Crazy Mama, typical Stones, a rocker to end things out. So there you go. It's you could say I have favourable opinions of 6 of the 8. Just a couple of songs that I'm not real big on, but yeah, but it brings the album down just a little for me. But yeah. So I'll give it a score in a minute, but I'll just tell you, after this, of course, they did Some Girls and Emotional Rescue and Tattoo You, which for me is the end of the prime Stones, I guess you could say, for me anyhow. But yeah, so I won't go in any order. I'll just, probably my favourite is Memory Mate, so I really love that. Hey Negrita's a great one, and Hand of Fate, but Fool to Cry's great as well. There's really some really great songs on here. Just for me, Melody's quite, don't get me wrong, it's quite good, but it's not one of my favourites. It's just a bit below par for me. Cheerio Babies doesn't really work for me at all, but that's about it. So I'll give a score out of 10. I might go for this one. Oh, it's a tough one. There's so many good ones on here, so that's. I might go. Let's see. I'd go at least 8. I wouldn't go 9. I'd probably go 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. So I think most of the time, it hits the mark. Just a couple of spots it doesn't for me, but generally a pretty good album. Very underrated. I've got a lot of time for Black and Blue. What do you think of Black and Blue, guys? Do you like it? Do you hate it? As I've given it an 8.5. I wonder what you guys would give it. Yeah, just a couple of tracks for me aren't quite as good as the rest of them, but yeah, I just don't know why it gets a lot of crap. It's down a lot of people's lists. It wouldn't be way down my list. It'd be pretty high up. I really like the album, always have. Yeah, so there you go. Comment, subscribe, all those things, guys. I'll see you for another video. Won't be too far away. And more album reviews and other videos in store. Album rankings, which I'm working on one now. So I'll see you guys again for the next one. Won't be too far away. Bye. Have a good one.